Welcome, friends. Today, we're diving into a story that's both heartwarming and inspiring. It's a tale about love, resilience, and the bonds that carry us through life's toughest moments.
A journey that shows how life's most challenging moments often reveal our greatest strengths. Sit back and enjoy the tale of Amanda Foster, a woman whose courage turned despair into triumph. Amanda Foster's footsteps echoed down the halls of St. Mary's Hospital. Each step was a quiet reminder of how much her life had changed. Just 3 years ago, Amanda had been a rising corporate star, with a corner office and a promising career. Now at 38, she was starting over as an orderly, a role far removed from her past life, but one she was grateful for. As Amanda pushed her cart past the nurses' station, she could feel the whispers and glances. People here knew her story. They knew she had served time, though the full truth was hidden behind layers of misunderstanding. She had been charged with embezzlement, a crime she hadn't committed, but protesting her innocence had only made things worse in the past. Now, she kept her head down and focused on her work, determined to prove herself one day at a time. Just as she was finishing up in room 301, she heard a sharp voice call her name. "Foster, Dr. Reynolds wants you in the ER," stat. Amanda's heart sank. Dr. Reynolds, the head of the ER, had made his opinion clear. He didn't trust her, and he wasn't shy about showing it. Taking a deep breath, Amanda whispered her mother's favourite saying, "This too shall pass," and made her way to the ER, unaware that her life was about to change forever. As Amanda entered the bustling ER, a foul odour hit her. Dr. Reynolds was standing by a bed with his nose wrinkled, and when he saw Amanda, he sneered, "Just the person for this job. We have a John Doe, looks like he's been through a lot. Needs to be cleaned up before we can help him. Think you're up to it?" Ignoring his words, Amanda nodded, putting on gloves as she approached the bed. The man lying there looked rough, with grime and blood caked on his clothes. As she began gently wiping away the layers of dirt, she felt a strange familiarity. There was something about his face. A memory stirred. Suddenly his eyes opened, cloudy with pain, and he mumbled something. Amanda's heart skipped a beat. "Ethan," she whispered, barely able to believe her eyes. The man on the bed was Ethan Miller, her former boss, and the reason her life had fallen apart. 3 years ago, Ethan had been the golden boy of Miller Enterprises, poised to inherit the family business. Amanda had admired him, and as his executive assistant, she'd been proud to work by his side. But then, money went missing from the company, and all signs pointed to Ethan. He disappeared, and Amanda was left to face the accusations alone. The company's CFO, Victoria Miller, had painted Amanda as an accomplice, and despite the lack of evidence, she had been convicted. The following day, Amanda returned to St. Mary's to find the hospital abuzz. Ethan had woken up, and he'd begun to remember details about the scandal. A new picture emerged, one that placed Victoria Miller and her head of security at the centre of a plot to frame Ethan and Amanda. As news of the truth spread, changes began to ripple through Miller Enterprises. Victoria was removed, and George apologised to Amanda, pledging to clear her name. Amanda was even offered a new position within the company, and this time it wasn't as an assistant. She was invited to join the leadership team to help rebuild the business that had once been her second home. A year later, Amanda stood in the lobby of Miller Enterprises, a place that had once felt like a battleground but now felt like home. In that year, she and Ethan had reconnected, and their shared journey had led to something beautiful. They were now partners, both in life and in work, and they looked forward to welcoming a new addition to their family. As Amanda and Ethan walked out of the building together, she thought back to everything that had brought her here. From the hardship and pain had come forgiveness, resilience, and, ultimately, a brighter future. Amanda's story reminds us all, no matter how dark a chapter may be, the next one can hold the light. Amanda's story reminds us all, no matter how dark a chapter may be, the next one can hold the light.